Hello, welcome back to the Tech Zone. Paul Amadeus Lane. So happy you came back from the break. If you missed the first segment, you can always catch up and check it out on demand, video on demand. We got you covered. I'd like to take you back on a trip. 1999, there was a new phenomenon that came out online. Technology allowed us to be able to share music. Talking about Napster. How many of us remember Napster? Some of you weren't even alive when Napster came out. Well, you probably know the new Napster now, but when Napster came out, it allowed people to share different music, different files. And there was an uproar in the music industry because people were able to get this without buying. So it really kind of touched off a firestorm at that time. But one unknown feature of Napster at that time was for independent artists to be able to get their music out so others could hear their music as well as established artists. So we'll transport from 1999 to where we are today. Technology has now changed the game immensely from 1999 to where we see today. There are a lot of artists out there, unsigned artists, who is experiencing tremendous success out there when it comes to views, downloads, you name it. Some of them have even gotten more views and likes and listens and followers than some established artists, where companies are pouring in hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars in promotion. What is the secret behind this? How are some able to do this? Well, I'm so happy to have my next guests, say it plural, guests, join me, and we'll hear their story. And joining me right now, 3Dimensional is in the house. We have Colton, we have Logan. What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Man, I am doing fantastic, and it's an honor having you guys on to talk about what you guys have been able to do when it comes to your craft and being artists out there. Man, when did you guys know you guys wanted to be in the music biz and get your stuff out there?
Oh, you got this one. Well, growing up, we'd always do like shows, either like in the backyard, like like circus shows or music shows, but really our main focus was sports. That was what we were like. We loved basketball, so we did it all the way up to high school, and then we just stopped playing basketball because some good things come to an end, but it opened up another door, and we just decided to do music. We just wanted to try that, and then
since we were kids, like if we saw, let's say we saw a magic show, we'd go home, we'd learn every magic trick, and then one day we got to see Styx in concert. It was a long time ago, and I remember my brother came home and he started singing their songs, and my parents were in the other room, and they're like, "Is that you?" or whatever. And like we didn't really know because I was a chorus kid. I was in like elementary chorus and stuff, but nothing real serious. But he had a voice, and then we started meshing together. And next thing you know, I think what got everyone on board was our songwriting. And it's one thing to be a singer. A lot of people have great voices out there, and there's some good people that are great at making beats. But like if you can write songs, that's really where it's at. That's where the bread and butter is, and that's what's gonna make you not become, hopefully, not a one-hit wonder. And
I'm glad you said that, because when I was growing up, when Cass was trying to make it and everything, we all thought about just being artists out there. Not about the publishing, not about the writing, and it's really refreshing to hear ones like yourself, who are in the game, able to grasp that. There's some old cats not even able to grasp that. And who taught you guys that game in order to make sure you guys were on point when it came to it?
Like you said, that's huge. That plays a huge factor. And like with just publishing alone, there's a lot of money there being made. And imagine how cool that would be to like write a song, and then next thing you know, it might not fit you, but you send it off to someone who's even bigger or whatever, and then you're hearing it all over the radio. Like it's like all those times in class when you're writing essays and only your teacher gets to read it, you actually got something to really look forward to. And like you said, songwriting is definitely the.
I mean, like there's artists that like it seems like they came out of nowhere, but like as an artist they did, but they were writing songs for like 5 years before that. I'm like, they wrote that song.
And
they
it
wrote that song?
gets you in the game.
And I'm like, dang, like I didn't. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like with Neo. You know, Neo was writing for years before he came out with his song.
Yeah, exactly.
That dude was already set before he came out.
Absolutely.
Kanye was making, I think he made like beats and stuff before he, like I know, like, you know what I'm saying? He made beats before, right?
Yeah.
Then he started making music. Yeah. Songwriting or making beats, it always is how it starts.
Engineering and producing, and that's what got him in through the door, and then he got a chance to rap. And
yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, well, one of the things too that I think is admirable about you both is that being able to get a lot of traction when it comes to your songs. I know Netflix and Chill, you guys have done something that a lot of people, even established people who are on labels, are not able to do, and that is to get over 1 million views on a particular song. When did you guys know that, wow, you know, our views are creeping up, 5,000, 6,000, then 100,000s, and then to the millions? Take us through that process, guys.
Well, we really looked at this. Well, I looked at this from a business standpoint. Logan, my brother, I came in one day and he showed me this track that he wrote off of an instrumental, and I was like the song, the way the song was, it already sounded like, you hear songs all the time, you're like, I swear I've heard that melody before somewhere. It was just one of those catchy hooks. And I was like, at the time, at first he said Netflix and Chill. I didn't really grasp it immediately, but then I go on social media and it's everywhere. It's everywhere on social media, and people are making memes and jokes about it. And I'm like, this would probably be the best time to jump on this. It's like a trend. You want to jump on the trend while it's there. And we took advantage of it. We took full out advantage. We did a great music video. We had Vivo, all that stuff, and it was high quality, and that's what separates you from a beginning. And it made us look way more professional. It looked like we were signed, but Absolutely. In the end, we're independent. So people were shocked when they found that. We did it all professional, and that's how you have to do it to get into the next step throughout the industry. It's
true. And Logan, when it came to creating that song, you know, what was kind of like the dominated motivating factor, you know, to create this song?
I'm glad you asked this question, man. I'm really glad. I think it was a Friday night, and like it was during the high school, like I could have went to a football game or something, but I just stayed home. I'm like, I want to write a song. I want to write a song or something. And I looked up like on YouTube, pop instrumentals, and I found one. And how I know it's going to be a good song is that I'm already picturing, before I even think of words, I'm already picturing a music video just by hearing the beat. It was like, bump, bump, bump. And I was like, I pictured a party, and I was like, and it just really, like, it just flowed. Like, it really didn't take that long to write.
Yeah, and you guys had a party in that video, so I was like, man,
the video went just how I pictured it in my mind. Like, it's crazy how you can have something in your mind and then you can actually put it out in real life, which is pretty cool.
Just to see it all come together as one is just, it was such a great memory.
And you know what, I kind of talked about this before I brought you guys on, how the game was when I was growing up in the 80s and everything. I remember some cats that I knew, rappers, singers, and what we would do to try to get our stuff heard is we would make a demo tape, we would send it in, but then a lot of companies wouldn't take unsolicited songs. So we were like, okay, we got to sell it out the back of the car, we got to make some mixtapes, we got to do all these other things. And then we see where social media is at today, where YouTube, Vimeo, all these other different formats out there. You know, it really shows that you guys can take the fight to the audience out there, and the audience can be loving on something. And now you guys are well known, more known than some people out there that are signed. I mean, how does that make you feel that you guys are able to pull that off?
You got it. How do you feel?
You got it, bro.
Oh, I got it? Okay.
You guys are so nice as brothers. That's cool. Brothers get along, right?
That's another story. But you know, you have a brother, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's like, I don't want to sound like I just expected it. I kind of expected it to happen. I did my research on certain things. The numbers were there. Like, I knew if I already had this following on this platform, if I pushed it hard on this platform, that we would get a positive feedback. And so I kind of, expected something like that. But yes, of course, you always get surprised, especially when you reach 1 million plus. And it was just a humbling experience. And it's like anything, everyone wants to put out music and they want it to hit big. But there's always things behind the scenes that they don't talk about, the grind that you had to do in order to get there. So it's just one of those, just sit back and we're glad, and now we're on to the next step, and to continue to grow.
Yep.
To now the next limit is 10 million, then 100. Like the sky's the limit.
That's so true. And I love the way you talked about the grind, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of cats out there that want to be in the game. They're like, oh, I just want to be famous. I want to have this mansion. I want to have this Bugatti. I want to have this. I want to have that. But they know nothing about the grind in the game. You got to be in it for the love of the game. If you're not in it for the love of the game, man, it just ain't going to happen.
Exactly, 100%. And like, even when we perform, like, it's not about the dollar. Like, it's like we get up on stage, no matter where it is, no matter who we're performing in front of, we put on as great as the show as we possibly can. And that's how we expect to be. And
that's cool. And it looked like you guys really had fun in the video, guys. I mean, it seemed like it was really fun making it.
We weren't acting. That was just natural, just having a great time. And it's another thing that we had a lot of friends as well to be a part of it, and they all enjoyed it. So to see everyone, it was just a great vibe overall. There was nothing negative, and it was just a great day.
So what's next for you guys? You guys are currently working on more songs and everything. So what's next for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. I say just release more songs for sure. More music videos are coming. Shows to be announced very soon. Just keep working.
We dropped a recent single called Nobody. You can get it everywhere, out on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, YouTube. And the next move is to hopefully get a music video to that, because it's, in my opinion, it's our strongest song so far. Has a great drop to it, a smooth drop. If you ever heard of The Flume, it sounds like The Flume. And the vocals on it are pretty impressive.
And just the meaning of the song, as Mr. Will talks about, he actually looked at it like, I didn't realize how deep it was when we actually wrote the song until he explained. He's like, and I'm like, dang, it feels like he wrote the song because he knew more what I was talking about than I did. And it's really just about
empowering, just like females alone. Like, you don't need like a particular person in your life.
Like, she's independent. Like, she doesn't
Miss Independent, like what's Neo? There you go.
Yeah.
Dependent.
Yeah.
And then there's a hot remix coming too.
Oh yes, that.
Mr. Will is in the house. What's going on, Will?
Can't hit him with the spoilers yet. No, but we do got there's people. A lot of people try to remix our stuff, and matter of fact, your brother came up with the idea, and the song sounds really good, and I can't wait for it to hit the Latino market. And it's by the youngest Grammy artist for Latinos, and his name is Megalito. So I'm really excited to see how that comes out and how it attacks that Latino radio time.
Absolutely, yeah. I remember when Megalito was younger, and he's still young, but to see what he's doing right now, and also to have you guys, be a part of a project with him. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that is super awesome.
I think it's not much of a secret no more, though.
Inquiry minds want to know, right? We got it out there.
The manager was filling out. I was good to go.
There you go. Well, let's talk about just being open when it comes to social media and everything. Back in the days, if artists wanted to communicate with their fans, they would do it radio interviews, television interviews, or pen pals. They would send, not pen pals, but they would send letters. And now ones can access us via social media. Talk about having that kind of access to your fans, being able to answer them right away. Is something you guys like or something you guys don't like?
Like you said, the game has changed so much, and social media now is becoming a huge factor in the music industry. It's all about the numbers now. And like, it's great because one thing, you can hear what they're saying. Like, you don't have to respond because, you get a lot of messages and stuff. You do your best, and you get to see the feedback and you grow from it. So if there's a sound, because it's one thing as a songwriter, we can write songs for days. We want to get what catches them the most, and it's what's popping at the time. And If like I have had a person tell me how this song Tables Turn has uplifted her from a relationship she went through, and it's a great feeling because not just because I love performing, I want to change the world in a positive way, and just changing someone's life alone adds to it. So that's always a good feeling.
Now that makes a lot of sense. Talk about the freedom there for a minute of not having the constraints of being a signed artist to a label, that you guys are able to really put down what you guys want to when it comes to a project. Because sometimes when you're with the label, when I was working with the label when I was younger, they kind of like had me in a box. I couldn't do certain things. They wanted this, they wanted that. But talk about having the freedom that you guys have to be able to write whatever you guys want to write, sing the hook a certain way. Talk about that freedom.
Logan, tell them about the freedom that you like as a songwriter when you're sitting down and writing a song.
I write whatever I feel.
Yeah, and tell them about, like, break it down exactly how when you come into a song. I think you'd like to know that. Like your process.
Like I've had my cousin, he's a country artist, and he talks about when he writes songs, like he'll just think of words first and melody comes later. But when I write, like melody's natural. Like the words come with the melody. Otherwise, that's how it's always been for me. I guess some people struggle with that, but I don't know. I've just always been. I guess I'm just blessed because I've been gifted with that, with melody, and it's just the whole process. I love to make sure my songs make sense. I always write. I'm like, does that make sense? And you always have to like. I'm my biggest critic. So if something sounds bad, I gotta change it.
And there's one thing that someone has told me in the past that I will always bring up, especially on an interview like this, is Michael Jackson, the great MJ. When he performed over in other countries, I used to always think, do they know exactly what he's saying? But really, they have no clue. It's like us with Spanish music. We might not know unless we're a Spanish major or we happen to be Spanish or learn Spanish. Like we might not know what they're saying, but we remember that melody. If it's a catchy melody, so the key is the melody. It's what's going to get stuck in your head, and that's what's going to get you fans. Simple as that. And then the lyrics, of course, that's when you take it more in depth and it relates to certain people.
That is so true. That is so true. So fellas, as we bring this to a close, how can ones continue to get in contact with you guys, follow you guys, see some of the videos we talked about? How can they do that?
Well, you can get us on social media. Our Instagram is 3Dimensional Music. The 3 is with the number 3, so 3Dimensional. Some people have trouble spelling that, so I'll help them out. DIMENSIONAL and music. So 3Dimensional Music's our Instagram. Twitter is 3Dimensional
with 3 L's
at the end.
Facebook's the same as Instagram, 3Dimensional Music. And check out our YouTube channel. You can watch Netflix and chill, Tables Turn, and Nobody at 3Dimensional Vivo.
Awesome. Gentlemen, it's been an honor talking to you guys and catching up with you guys. And I heard a lot of great things about you guys. My brother told me some amazing things. Said, man, these cats are hot, man. You know, watch out for them. They could write, they could sing. And I'm like, okay, but now that I experience it, I mean, I can co-sign on it now, man. You guys definitely got it, man.
Thank you, man.
You too, brother. Thank you so much for your time.
A huge shout out to the fellas, Colton and Logan, 3Dimensional. Definitely check out their music, follow them. You know, I really enjoy talking to these guys. They're amazing guys, and they also are helping out when it comes to a great cause, especially when it comes to disabled veterans out there and getting them service animals. And I want to give a shout out in particular to charity that they're helping out, and it's called New Horizons Service Dog. We have a link on the screen right now, and there you can volunteer, you can donate, you can check out some events as well. Now, for some of you who are listening in your car, the website is www.newhorizonsservicedogs.org. So definitely check them out and help out. This is very worthy cause, especially for vets who are dealing with PTSD and being rehabilitated. We truly appreciate your help out there. And their manager, Willie Stewart, who is a veteran himself, is the man that really is helping 3Dimensional share this message. All right. When we get back, more show. You ready for the report card when it comes to the retail industry, shopping carts, technology? You ready for that? Stay tuned. We'll have that.